Scientists have done something pretty wild. They've taught living human brain cells in a lab to play Doom. Yes, the classic first-person shooter. This experiment comes from the Australian company Cortical Labs, and it's powered by their biological computer called the CL1. The CL1 is a fascinating piece of technology. It holds around 200,000 living human neurons grown from stem cells. These neurons sit on a microchip filled with electrodes and float in a nutrient-rich solution that keeps them alive. The electrodes connect directly to the neurons, sending electrical signals in and reading the signals the neurons send back out. To make the system work with a video game, the visuals from Doom are converted into electrical patterns. Different elements in the game generate different signals. For example, an enemy appearing from the left sends one type of signal, while a wall or an open corridor sends another. The neurons receive these patterns, process them, and then fire their own electrical responses. Those responses are translated into actions inside the game, like moving forward, turning, or firing a weapon. The setup also includes feedback, which is a big part of the learning process. When the neurons make a good move in the game, they receive positive electrical reinforcement. When they make a mistake, they get corrective stimulation. Over time, this creates a feedback loop that helps the neurons learn and improve their gameplay. The system was set up by developer Sean Cole using Python and the Cortical API. He connected Doom to the CL1 system, either directly or through Cortical Labs' cloud platform, and let the neurons train for about a week. After that short training period, they started to grasp the basics of the game. They perform better than random inputs, although they're still nowhere near the skill level of an average human player. In the video released by the team, the character moves around simple areas, notices enemies approaching, and fires at them, though the movements look a bit uncertain and jerky. This experiment builds on an earlier project where Cortical Labs trained neurons to play Pong. Compared to Doom, Pong is much simpler since it only involves moving a paddle to hit a ball. That earlier setup actually used about 800,000 neurons and required more training time. Doom adds a lot more complexity with its 3D environments, multiple enemies, different weapons, and fast decision-making during gameplay. The CL1 hardware has also improved, featuring 59 electrodes and extremely fast response times of less than a millisecond. One of the most interesting parts of this research is how biological neurons learn. Some scientists believe biological systems can pick up certain tasks faster than traditional silicon-based AI. Unlike standard AI models that rely on complex training algorithms, neurons naturally adapt thanks to a property called plasticity. They essentially rewire themselves as they learn. What's especially intriguing is that these neurons don't have eyes, a body, or any physical senses. Yet they can still respond to patterns of electrical signals that represent the game world. Researchers are still trying to understand exactly how this learning works, and the best way to figure that out is by experimenting with better training methods. Cortical Labs is opening the system up to researchers and developers so they can explore it themselves. Right now, the company is offering the CL1 to research labs studying brain function, drug testing, and other areas where scientists want to avoid using animal models. The Doom experiment is really more of a demonstration than a practical application, but it shows how biological tissue and computing technology can work together. We're obviously a long way from replacing regular computers with living neurons. Still, seeing brain cells learn to play a game like Doom hints at something bigger. Biological computing might eventually handle complex and unpredictable environments in ways that traditional silicon computers struggle with, and that's a pretty fascinating glimpse into what the future of computing could look like.